Hi guys, Josh here. Welcome to FramesPerSecond. Today I'm shooting the Pentax K1000. I don't do a lot of camera videos specifically. It's mostly about the film, and we're shooting Kodak Gold today. But that's mostly just because I think I need to be with the camera for quite a while before I really dig into it. Like we did one of the Mamiya 645s 2 years ago. I don't have this camera for long because it's not mine, it's a friend of mine, and they found it in their garage, so I'm kind of just getting a chance to test it. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got the 50mm 1.7 lens and the 28mm 2.8 lens, so it's a focal length that I haven't played with a lot, so that's going to be some fun. For this video, I kind of did a different style of photography I usually do. It wasn't street, it wasn't portraiture. I kind of just went around shooting at the botanical gardens, which is something I haven't done in a long time. And so this is a bit different from the other videos. I hope you like the images anyway, but today we're talking about the much hyped Pentax K1000. And we're seeing if the camera is still worth the very inflated price it's come to these days. And I have to say, it is, to an extent. It is kind of ridiculous how expensive it's gotten. Like, obviously inflation comes into play, but this was a camera that used to go for like $50 back in the day and is now selling for $300 or more, or at least people are trying to sell it for that much. Yeah, it's a really good camera. Like, I'm honestly tempted to buy this camera off my friend myself, especially with the 28mm lens. I shot everything except 1 or 2 shots with the 28mm. And even though it's 2.8, I'm pretty sure you can get a f2 one as well. But it's a focal length that I haven't really had a chance to play around with, and I loved playing around with it. For a camera that's fully metal, it's still pretty light, and the fact that it's fully mechanical, plus you can put in batteries and the light meter works, it's pretty great value. Like, I know there's more functions in cameras like the Canon AE1 program, which is also going for ridiculous prices, but is kind of similar on the same kind of level. It's still pretty great, and I really like the feel of it, the sound of the shutter. It's got a nice bright viewfinder, at least this model does, and the fact that there are so many lenses you can use with it is pretty damn great. And just the feel of it, it's got a good kind of design, and just the size of it, it's on the smaller end of SLRs. It's definitely bigger cameras, but it's not as small as, say, an XA or a rangefinder can be, but it's got a good size, good weight. I do kind of wish it did have more of a grip to it. I like the feel of the shutter lever as you pull it across. I'm not the most technical person, or at least I don't use most technical words, so this isn't as in-depth as other YouTube reviews you probably will see, but I like the lens system to it, and I was able to play around with 3 different lenses, and they're all pretty good, nice and sharp, and it's also a really sturdy camera. And I know it's sturdy from experience because I actually did drop this camera, but luckily the lens had a UV filter on it, and so that UV filter took all the shock from the drop, and that was the only thing that got damaged. And nothing happened with the lens, nothing happened with the camera, it all still works fine. And it was just that filter that broke and shattered, and you obviously had to clean that. But that's another handy hint, is to always have a UV filter or like just a protective filter on top of your lens. Not only will it take a lot of the shock from a drop if it's a strong enough lens, obviously if your lens is a bit plasticky, it's probably not gonna help, but with this camera and the lens system it has, it protected it and took a lot of the shock. And I know this from experience because I did it, so always have a filter on it just to kind of protect it. But the fact that I was able to drop this camera and it still works perfectly fine, there's not even like a dent on it or a scratch in it, it's just kind of like a proof to like the quality of camera it is. Now, am I saying is it worth $300? If it comes with enough accessories, I reckon it is. If you can get it with at least 2 or 3 lenses and a camera bag, it's definitely worth the $300. I know some of these lenses on their own go for quite a decent price as well. So if you can get it with at least 2 lenses, I'd say it's kind of worth the $300 if you find it for that. If you can find it for cheaper, that's even better. But if it's anything above $300, I wouldn't say buy it, to be honest. Just because there's better cameras with more functions that you can get for that price or more. But I'd say if you can find it for between like $150 or $250, that's a pretty good deal. But even at $300, I don't think it's that bad of a price given how prices inflate for things and there's no new cameras getting made. So it is a limited supply. And a lot of the reason for the price jump is because of the high demand. It's a great camera for beginners, but you can also do really professional work with it. And it's just really handy to have a camera that can A, have a light meter, but also B, be fully mechanical if you need it. And the light meter I didn't use for this video. I just kind of got a general reading, Sunny 16'd it, and just played around with that. And so next video I do probably will have me using the light meter just to kind of show how good the light meter is. But I think it is a really good quality camera and it's worth the purchase if you can get it for a decent price, but the prices are still going up. And so try getting early and pick one up if you do want it. Obviously there's other Pentax cameras that are even better and worth trying out as well. But as far as the hype goes, it's worth the hype to an extent. I honestly do believe that. It's good quality. Heck, you can use this for self-defense if you need to, and it probably won't even get a scratch. But overall, it's just a really good camera, really good size, and I think it's a camera that's worth owning. Hope you liked the video, guys. Please let me know your thoughts on the camera and the images in the comments below. Please like and subscribe to post notifications so you know when there's a new episode. Also, we do have a Facebook page. We've had it since the beginning, and it's in the description below. You can go down and post photos of stuff you've taken on Kodak Gold or the Pentax K1000, or even just any other things that relate to videos I've posted before. It'd be nice to get more of a community going and just people connecting through that. So guys, please go there, like that. And yeah, feel free to post your images on there as long as they're appropriate for Facebook. And yeah, just get out there, shoot some film.